to everyone wherever you are. Uh, I hope you had a great day, and thanks for joining us for today's podcast. We have a very interesting and amazing person as a guest waiting to talk to us. I'm sure wherever you're in New Zealand, you would already know um, uh, Pathman Iyer from Wellington. Today we have Pathman Iyer joining us on this podcast, which is a quite a broad one. In fact, we are going to talk about quite a few topics covering Hinduism, temples, need for a temple, his role as a JP, as a celebrant. He has got multiple facets, and it's going to be amazing to listen to his various roles and experiences. So, join us in welcoming Mr. Pathman Iyer from Wellington onto this show. Namaskaram, Mama.
நமஸ்காரம் நமஸ்காரம்
வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? How are you?
I'm fine. Today Wellington is a little bit cloudy. I hope maybe Dunedin's fine weather.
No, Dunedin is cloudy and raining.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for taking time to joining us for this podcast.
My pleasure.
I know you're very busy, extremely busy person. So thanks again for your efforts to joining us on this podcast. And we will keep it to both English and Tamil to make it easier for us.
Yeah,
Can you tell us? Can you tell us? Tell us about yourself.
Oh. I am one of the representatives for the olden religion Hinduism as a simple person. I based from Sri Lanka and Malaysia. I came to New Zealand about the early 90s. Everybody's time to time, people moving country to country for development and everything. Most of the people, when they're from Asia moving, they are advised to go to West. So many people advised to me when I finished my master's in Malaysia. I believe why I have to go to West. So many people living over there. Why I cannot go to the small country? I can be a king. In that way, I decided New Zealand. New Zealand is the best place when I came early 90s.
Okay.
But
So you've been living.
Yes.
So you've been living in New Zealand since 1990.
Yes, that's right.
Awesome. That's great. And you came to Wellington directly, or did you go somewhere else? Or
Everyone, they come first, they landed in Auckland. There's a New Zealand tradition.
yeah,
The first place is where Auckland, they live. Yeah, because when I come to, when my background from my grandfather, great grandfather, and father, everyone the priesthood. When I living in Malaysia, also I did a lot of religious work. When I came to New Zealand, Auckland, no temple that time. I mean, no South Indian temple. Only one temple I found, Hare Krishna temple in Kemo. That was a small house that time. And Gandhi Hall in Auckland. That one also they have some prayers. That's all. Then I missed that religion, South Indian religion and prayers and everything. I came with my son, 1 year old. My wife was a religious. We have to pray. When I come within 1 week, when stay in the rental one room, I came to the August time. First time we did Varalakshmi Puja in the small room. The small bowl, put a prashadam, and we did the prayers. What I'm trying to say, I eager to see a temple, but we don't have a temple that time, early 90s. But people here and there, they do some bhajans. That's all.
right. So there are some bhajan groups in Auckland, but no temple back in 1990.
Yeah.
Okay, fascinating. So tell us your experience for the last 34 years.
Yes.
What? Yeah. Share some experiences of your religious journey.
As a religion, when the Auckland, when we go to the Handi Goal, they will pray all Hindi and just pray the prayers. But we love to do the South Indian prayers and everything. Then after that, after 92, 93 something, they
Hmm.
started, there's some group of people, they start the temple, first South Indian temple in New Zealand. They
Yeah.
start in Wellington.
Right.
One of the Kandasashi time with a small picture, they started. I got
Hmm.
a invitation for them. Then I went and joined them. Because of the temple, I moved to from Wellington.
Oh, okay.
The temple now called Kurinji Kumaran Temple.
Hmm.
Totally, that all the volunteer people help. That's the way that temple grow. Earlier they started in the Web Street. There's a small house, the two-bedroom
Hmm.
house. They started. Then slowly people support the grown the temple. In my life, about more than 30 years, I'm with the temple. Until today, also I will go to the temple always
Oh, wow. So 30 years you have been associated with Kurunji Kumaran Temple in Wellington. So you moved to Wellington for the temple.
because of the
Oh,
temple.
wow.
Because my guide, my father, my family, everything that Murugan.
Yeah. Yeah. Super. So.
Then if I want to tell about the New Zealand temple developments, the second one, first one is a Kurinji Kumaran temple. Then after the Kurinji Kumaran temple only, they started the South Indian temple in New
Mm,
Zealand, first
mm.
temple. And after that only, the Auckland temples, Murugan temple, Ganesh temple, everything later
Okay.
only, everything started.
Okay.
I can say proudly the Wellington Kurinji Kumaran temple started first temple, South Indian temple in New Zealand.
Okay.
Now, a couple of years ago, I went to, I'm a Sai devotee, I saw Ayyappan devotee. I went to the Ayyappan Irumudi prayers, I went to Auckland. The Auckland people, they travel so many temples, more than 14 temple, I believe, now over there. I think a couple of years ago, 3, 4 years ago, I went there. In Auckland itself, there are 14 temple over there, the Hindu temple. If we see the New Zealand census report 2023, the second largest religion is Hinduism in New Zealand.
Mm.
But we need more temple. Then after that only, I believe early 2018 or something. I think in no early 90s something, 90s 95. I will come to Christchurch and Dunedin also do the housewarming prayers and all other prayers.
Right.
I got some lecturers from Christchurch
Mm.
University. They all moved to Melbourne. The reason South Island they don't have a temple
Oh, okay.
because they want to bring up their children to the according to the culture and the tradition. They that's not available.
Mm.
That's why they move. The one of the family wedding he came to Christchurch, Subhatra and Jagat something. That people I can remember their
Hmm.
name from the house temple, the house prayers, we talk about New Zealand Christchurch need a temple. That time we started to talk. I think the father's name is Tambiraja. I think their children Kala, Kumbudam, all sort of people. I think they are living still
Mm.
now. But that time we started, I think last year, the Ganesh temple, they already started. Because of all the public support, slowly we went to the community halls and rented a community
Mhm.
hall and bring the Vinayagara statues and slowly start. Now they successfully start the temple in Christchurch. That is the first Ganesh temple they started in South Island. That's also so proud.
Right. We'll come to the Christchurch temple
But
in a
recently,
minute. I heard that you did a wedding back in 1990. Is it true? Is it correct?
yes, where's that? There are so many weddings. Which one is that?
I
1990 in
1990, I think, or 1991. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
I hear that you did the first South Indian wedding in Auckland.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's the first wedding. The Sri Lankan wedding we did that
So
over there.
how easy or
Because
how
before
difficult
that,
was it to do a South Indian wedding back then in 1991?
wow. My part only doing the priesthood, the people, Tamil community, their preparation, everything, they maybe take so long time. And I can remember the first wedding, very great wedding we did in
Mhm.
Auckland. Yeah.
And I also hear that you did a grand wedding in Dunedin at the town hall.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Town
yeah.
hall. We traveled from Wellington to, I think, one of the students, I believe, University Dunedin
Hmm.
student, Damika, I think her name. Yeah. The Sri Lankan Indian wedding. First time, the first wedding that happened in
Hmm.
Dunedin. We came with the family and they did a great preparation in the Dunedin town hall.
Hmm.
We did the first wedding out there.
Okay, so
And that way, I'm so proud about that. From Auckland to Dunedin,
hmm,
our cultural wedding, we can do that.
sure. So since you have been involved with the Kurunji Kumaran temple for the last 30 years, and for a lot of people, as you're rightly saying, a lot of people want to start temples, but uh, oftentimes there are so many difficulties that come while someone is trying to build a temple. What's your advice or suggestion for people who want to start a temple in New Zealand?
There's a word say மேன்மைகள் சைவ நீதி விளங்குக உலகமெல்லாம்.
Hmm.
In that way, the prayers and the tradition and culture very important for every human body. For example, when you're driving a car, you need a guide, a road code. You need to follow the signals and where you can speed, where you can control your speed, all those rules and regulation.
Hmm.
Every Hindu community, they need some procedure and policy to live. That's why Hinduism is not a religion,
Hmm.
way of life.
Hmm.
The way of life, where the way of life learning, where starting, where we can practice.
Hmm.
This Hinduism is a very big ocean. I'm a drop of water.
Hmm.
In this ocean,
Hmm.
the spiritual is different, the daily life, practical life is different.
Hmm.
The people say Hindu means just only pray and do the puja, that's all. Not like that.
Hmm.
From since birth until die is a dharmam, varnashrama dharmam and samskarangar.
Hmm.
If you follow that, that's how you follow the road traffic rules, you save, you reach the destination safely. Same way, the religion will follow, guide your life. Why I'm talking about the religion, you ask about the temple. From where the religion you can get from the temple, the first place. So starting the temple, if you go to the agamas, the pranas, and so many procedure there to start a temple in the India or Malaysia or Sri Lanka and the tropical countries. Nowadays, you can see all over the world, from Alaska to Dunedin, temples are there.
Hmm.
Sorry, not yet in Dunedin, I believe, until Christ. But the procedure, in another word, they say, Kayame Kovilaga, Kadimanam Adimayaga. Our body is temple, our soul is God. That one also we can pray. That's the highest level. But if you want to see the physical eyes, we have to start the temple. We start the temple. I seen in the practical experience in the Kurunji Kumaran temple, couple of sincere
Hmm.
devotees. They started. Then once you started the commitment, every week someone have to look after the temple, come and open the door and light it and all sort of things. The same thing we did in Christchurch temple also. That commitment and the devotion and the love, that is important to start.
So
Money,
sometimes in Tamil, கடவுள் நினைச்சாதான் கோவில் வரும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு வாக்கியம் இருக்கு. அது இப்போ நம்ம எப்படி எடுத்துக்கிறது? இப்போ நம்ம முயற்சிகள் செஞ்சுட்டு தான் இருக்கணும் இல்லையா? So we have to still try, but whenever God wants, wherever he or she wishes, they will get a temple for themselves.
yeah. You have to put the seed. When you put the seed, putting the seed is your
Hmm.
duty. To becoming plant or grow or vriksham, that's God kripa.
Hmm.
In that way, someone have to start.
Hmm.
Then the kadacham kripa will come. The god, you can see the Adi Shankar when the time also the Ambal were walking, they say, don't look after me, no, don't turn and look at me. The one place I stand, that temple, the Ambal give the place to start the
Mm.
temple. But in New Zealand, that Purana Idikasham, that time the people been to with the acharam and devotion and everything. But we all coming from one country to another country, we want to follow our tradition and the culture. Someone have to put the
Mm.
seed. We put the plant the seed, the temple will
Mhm.
grow.
Okay.
The I found in my 30 years
Mm.
experience, everybody's love to start a
Mm.
temple, everybody's love to
Mm.
pray, but they're scared for the commitment.
Mm.
The Keshav start the temple, I love to come and join, but I'm not ready to start the temple.
எல்லாம் அவன் செயல்.
இந்த தமிழ்ல ஒரு பழமொழி சொல்றா, பூனைக்கு யார் மணி
இல்ல
கட்டுவான்னு.
எல்லாம் அவன் செயல். So I strongly believe
That's right.
whenever God wishes, He will find the right person or the right tool to do that கைங்கரியம். So கண்டிப்பா அப்படி இருந்ததுன்னா அமையாட்டும், நோ ப்ராப்ளம்.
One
இப்போ
more thing people say, முயற்சி திருவினையாக்கும். முயற்சி திருவினையாக்கும். We have to try.
ட்ரூ, தட் இஸ் ட்ரூ, கரெக்ட். Like you rightly said, it is our effort plus also God's blessing is equal to fruit. So that's great. That's good. Um, Now you're also a justice of peace. Is it correct?
Yes,
So
that's
how do
right.
you balance? Like, say you used to work in the bank, if I'm not wrong,
In my life, I have to earn that when I joined in the banking industry.
right?
Then same time, my fashion, I found, for example, I can say when I going and doing the prayers in the people house, I found
Mm.
the children don't know how to sing Devaram or bhajans or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then we decided we have to do some community work,
Mm.
teaching children bhajans,
Mm-hmm.
bring it together, start the bhajan class.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, we started the community service.
Right.
When we become a justice of peace, how much of the community service we have to do? Then that time I traveled from Auckland to Dunedin to do the all the our samsarams. I mean the weddings and also community service. Community need me that one way. The
Right.
community requirement I have to do that.
Right.
In that way, all our places I travel, I know I'm becoming popular with the people.
Mm.
The people recommended when we doing the marriage celebrant and justice in back home in India, all the priest can sign for the certificates and everything.
Right. Right.
But New Zealand, they didn't get that. That way, I become.
Right. So my question was, how did you balance all these different roles? So you are a banker, you had kids, you are a family man, you are a marriage celebrant, you are a justice of peace, popular in the community. So how did you find time, or yeah, how did you manage to do all these things?
That's God graces.
God's grace.
கடவுள் கிருபை. கடவுள் கிருபை.
கண்டிப்பா ரொம்ப
Same time, not only me, my wife and the
Mm.
children. That one also I would like to tell you for one way. If we, I think I can say in the later part or something. The
Mm.
children about the New Zealand, Indian, Hindu children,
Mm.
anyone they're not ready to say I'm a Hindu proudly in the school.
Okay.
They're a little bit slacking. I It's my decision. Every Hindu child
Mm.
they have to tell proudly I'm Hindu in New Zealand, the
Mm-hmm.
Western countries. In
Mm-hmm.
that way, my family, my children, everyone they give me support to do the service. In that
Mm.
way, I can do all service and community. For example, for the Dunedin wedding also, my assistant is my children. We came over there when I conducting the wedding. They are my assistant. In that
Right.
way, they also learning our tradition and helping me also.
Mm-hmm. So what should parents do to keep their children within the tradition? Any tips?
That's a good that question. The parents are the role model for the children. Every
Hmm.
child. I've been a Tamil school principal also. I observe
Okay.
the children activities. In the normal
Uh-huh.
New Zealand children, school children also, I observe them. A child behaving badly mean the parents' behavior reflecting.
Mm.
Back if you see your parent in your life, your parents every day wake up in the morning, they pray slogans and pray, do the puja and everything. We are looking with your own eyes and every day practicing. You are following your parents' footsteps.
Hmm.
The same way, parents is a role model.
Hmm.
The
So,
parents only
mhm.
the child didn't follow the tradition mean the mistake on the parents.
Right. So it's
This is
important
my
to role
own
model.
experience.
Sure. So it's
Yes,
important
that's
to
right.
role models. If the parents are following
Yep.
the dharma, then of course the kids can watch. Like we all did. My parents were going to temples. They're doing bhajans. So then I picked it up from them, watching parents and grandparents. So I think that is similar to kids growing up in New Zealand. Even though there is challenges for us to practice our dharma, I think it's important to start at home.
I can't accept the word challenges. The reason for certain other religions they have a rules and policy. Certain days you have to go to the prayer place and something like that.
Hmm.
Certain time you have to go like that. There's a rules.
Hmm.
But Hinduism is very flexible,
Hmm.
very relaxed.
Hmm.
Because when you think, when you hungry only, you can eat. I
Hmm.
can't force you to eat. In
Hmm.
that way, the children they should know the value of their religion and the tradition,
Hmm.
then they will follow. Nowadays all over the world they are celebrating Diwali.
Yes.
You know that? Yeah.
Yes.
The last time all not like that because the
Hmm.
Diwali function attracted for everyone.
Hmm.
The same thing that every children for another thing our mistake also our children don't know the why we have to pray. My father say okay pray mean pray that's all. They won't give the explanation. The child should know why I have to do Sandhya Vandanam, why I have to go to the prayers, why I have to tell the Gayatri Mantra. They know the benefit, they will follow. Our
Yes.
parents, they didn't teach. The reason we can't talk back again the parents.
Say different
Right?
different times.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question was going to be that. So often, when we teach shlokas, often the question I get asked is, so what is, you're teaching something and they're trying to read something, but the kids forget, and I keep telling them you have to do it regularly. But what is the benefit of saying a shloka?
That's a good question. Because of the concentration.
Hmm.
Every child or every the working man or cooking lady or everybody's, they have to concentrate in their duty. The Panjendriyangal, my vai kanmukus, everybody in the Panjendriyangal, if you concentrate one thing, he's a genius. The student can concentrate in the study, the priest can concentrate in the puja, the worker can concentrate what they are doing, the mother, they can concentrate in the cooking. For example, in your wife, if she didn't concentrate the cooking, you can't eat the food, isn't it? She put more salty or more hot curry powder or something like that, isn't it?
Hmm.
The concentration is important.
Hmm.
For the concentration, for the practice to bring your senses together.
Hmm.
For the practice, the sloga and the prayers, the way to bring it, the person, the mind together.
Hmm. Why not yoga? Because yoga does the same thing, right?
Yes.
So
Yoga,
what is the added benefit of learning the shlokas?
good question. Yoga is only for the body.
Hmm.
Okay. Spiritual and prayers only for your mind.
Hmm.
For example, early morning when you are doing to the riverside, take the argyam and pouring in front of the Surya Narayana Murti, the sun rays touching in your forehead. Nowadays,
Yeah.
science says there's a vitamin D, isn't
Hmm.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Now we are doing the prayers and memory.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the Vedas time, people didn't write or read from the paper or book. They
Mm-hmm.
memorize. We go to the Veda Padasala every day morning 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, practice Vedas,
Mm-hmm.
memorize.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there is the our tradition emphasized more value on learning by hearing and repeating.
Everything,
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
memorize.
Mhm. So that's good for that's a good spiritual practice for the mind.
That's
Learning
right.
shlokas.
Nowadays we are forgetting that. That's why we
Hmm.
are lacking.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
are depending on the instruments nowadays, depending on the calculator and computer. One day the power is failure, we lost.
True, that is true. That is true. So, um, Swami, what is the future looking like for Hinduism in New Zealand?
Because Hinduism, the back home is Hinduism and the Hindu culture is one part of life. When I go to university, I stand in front of the temple 1 minute and pray and go. That's why my life one part of thing prayers. If you
Hmm.
know or I don't know, but I do on the way one temple also just like that.
Hmm.
But New Zealand is coming up now. Nowadays, the Indian people, Hindu people, they are forgetting the tradition.
Hmm.
The Western people, they know the value about the Hinduism. They
Hmm.
read about the Hinduism. They are coming and joining for the Hindu.
Hmm.
Another one is Hinduism, very multicolor. All the South, if you go to the South Indian prayers, all that weddings and festival, Radham festival, all the Dwaja Aronam festival, all very colorful.
Hmm.
We can't say within one word,
Hmm.
the Hinduism is bring it together all the communities for the drum players, garland makers, and priests and business people,
Yeah.
all together living one part of the religion. In
Hmm.
that way, nowadays now the New Zealand or many temples coming,
Hmm.
devotees coming. Nowadays, I can see the Hindu people. They proudly for their wedding day or birthday or special days, they are coming to the temple.
Yeah.
The differences from that country and this country, that country is important. The temple is first priority other than work in India. In New Zealand, the work is first priority after that only the religion.
Yeah. So this is a question about prediction. When do you see a temple coming in Dunedin?
That's depend on you. Like you, good devotees, and we don't want many volunteers. At least 5 or 10 people, 7 families enough.
Hmm.
Because why I say 7 family,
Hmm.
one day one family,
Right.
1 week to look after the temple.
Hmm.
Definitely, God will bless you. Definitely, very soon you start the temple. Definitely, I will come and join with you people to do the service.
Thank you, Swami. That's a great prediction. We will hope that comes true. Is there any other messages or important things that you want to share with whoever is watching this podcast?
Yes, only thing I will say, the Hinduism always nowadays people talking Sanadanam, caste system, a lot of negative talks they are talking about the caste system and everything. But once we come to the Western country, New Zealand, maybe when you living in India, you can say backward, forward, all sort of things you can talk.
Hmm.
We are living in New Zealand.
Hmm.
New Zealand, we don't know what is forward or backward or nothing. We are everybody's equal
Hmm.
in front of the court, everybody is equal.
Hmm.
In that way, our culture and the tradition, what does that mean? What is the culture? What is tradition? When I wearing the dhoti and I put the tilak in my forehead, I can say culture. The
Hmm.
tradition, what is the tradition? When I doing the West East Indian method of wedding, on going to the prayers and praying for the elderlies, always say we can say there's a tradition. Tradition, whatever our parents they did, we have to follow. Then question we have to ask ourselves why we have to follow our culture and our tradition.
Hmm.
Our parents should know what is culture, what is tradition, isn't it? But when you go to the Kerala Ananda Padmanabha Swami Koil, you can't wear the shirt. You dhoti only. You can go inside the temple. In
Hmm.
New Zealand, I can't say like that because New Zealand in Dunedin cold. Without a sweater like me, only that we can come to the temple. Because of tradition and the culture, each country and the environment control. End of the day, devotion and the love. Love
Mm,
each other.
mm,
Help each other.
mm,
Go to the spiritual way. Concentrate yourself. Make you fulfill man.
mm,
Whatever thing you have. When you go to the workplace, they will ask you, did you enjoy your work?
mm,
That means 100% you put your input.
mm,
To put the 100% input, you should be know how to control yourself.
mm,
New Zealand is a beautiful country.
mm.
They will give you 150 percentage freedom for you.
Yeah,
Anything, everything you can do.
true.
If you
That is
didn't
true.
use it, you are the loser.
Mm. No, I completely agree. I
Yeah,
think in this time and age, um, even in India, I don't think anyone should be talking about caste system. That's just absurd if they did. We are all equals wherever we live. So you nailed the point there. It's time for us to be united and spread love and the blessings of God with each other.
yeah.
So, such a fantastic message, Swami. Thank you so much again
Thank
for
you.
your time. I appreciate you. You're a very busy person and much wanted in the community and loved by the community. So, thanks for your time again. I'm sure we will meet again for another episode at a different time. Thank you
Sure.
so much, Swami.
Thank you very much. Sarva
Nandri.
Loka Samasta Suginindu. Sarva Loka Samasta Suginindu. எல்லோரும் நல்லா இருக்கணும். இதுக்காக நாம் இவ்வளவு நேரம் பேசினது ஹிந்து விஷயத்துல ஒன் ட்ரப் 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 மைனஸ் ட்ரப் திஸ் வாஸ் திங் வில் மீட் அகெயின்
கண்டிப்பா.
தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்
இது ரொம்ப சின்ன சின்ன சிறு துளி பெரு வெள்ளத்துல. ஸோ நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி ரொம்ப நம்ம நிறைய பேசுறதுக்கு நிறைய இருக்கு. We will talk again,
யா
especially
யா
with the upcoming month of Kartigai and ஐயப்பா ஐயப்பன்
ப்ளீஸ்
சீசன் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது.
கண்டினியூ
ஸோ நம்ம ஐயப்பன் பத்தி ஒரு எபிசோட் பண்ணுவோம்.
யா
ஸோ மீண்டும்
I pray
சந்திப்போம்.
and I wish you, I pray and I wish you definitely you have to start the temple in Dunedin because all the student city, all the students they need a place to pray. That one you can do that. I will help you. Thank you.
டெஃபினெட்லி அப்படியே
Thank
நடக்கட்டும்.
you.
நன்றி நன்றி
God,
மாமா.
God
மீண்டும்
bless you.
சந்திப்போம். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். So that is an amazing episode to listen to Mr. Pathman Iyer's past experience living in New Zealand for 32 years and traveling from Auckland to Wellington to Christchurch to Dunedin to spread our Sanatan Dharma. We are once again thankful for his time. Like I said, we will definitely meet him at a different time in a different episode. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a great day and a great evening. Be blessed.